All right, everybody, and welcome to the semifinals of the Nonstop 70 tournament hosted by GSA. Today, we're here with JMill versus LiamKings. Both of these runners, maybe not the favorites to make it this far, but they've definitely proven their worth by being this far in the tournament. And we've really got an enticing match coming up. Both of them are in the call, and I'm here with a co-commentator, Electric, who's just been onto the scene in the last couple days. And how are you doing? Happy to be here.
Doing great. I'm definitely happy to be here as well, especially with both of our racers today, LiamKings and JMill, both huge players in this tournament, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to show us in Nonstop.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Especially Liam. He's definitely more of a hardcore 120 player, but he's been practicing offline a little bit, and I think JMill might not be doing too much recently, but I know like a couple months ago he was really doing a lot of nonstop runs. I was watching him stream and just making it this far shows that he's definitely on point and he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And these guys, whoever wins between them is going on to face the winner of our other semifinal match. Do you happen to remember it's Triforce TK versus
Toast?
Ah yes, Triforce TK versus Toast. So that'll be an exciting match as well.
That's coming up later, and that'll be simply in pity commentating. So you definitely want to stick around for that. Like, don't go anywhere. So I think we can go over to interviews. We have both JMill and Liam in the call. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Good.
Okay, I guess.
Now, what have y'all been focusing on in practice over the past few days to prepare for this match?
Star Road.
Yep.
I haven't been doing much nonstop. I did like one run last night. I'm mainly worried about SSL, which is why I'm doing it right now, because I think in like all of my recent races I've like lost probably like a minute plus or something.
Oh, I definitely recall like one of my first matches commentating was Do Whatever versus I think Rock Chalk, and they both like died trying to get the second pillar in SSL.
Yeah, it's really tricky.
Races.
I think the scariest thing in SSL is probably the invisible wall.
I haven't hit that one yet. I've hit it once like a couple months ago when I first did Nonstop 70, but not in the tourney.
I'm just here to have a good time. I haven't done Nonstop, like, the last time I did Nonstop was in my race against Tama. And before that, the last time I did it was like 2 weeks prior. I've just been focusing more on 70 star and Star Road.
So how about you, Liam? Have you been playing much otherwise, or just taking it easy?
I've been playing but not doing runs, and when you're not doing runs, it's like a completely different, I guess, like mindset when you're doing runs, because you have to play kind of conservatively, so you can't go like balls out, because you're just gonna die and bonk, and like it's just not gonna go well. So yeah, I don't really have high expectations for this one, but we'll see what happens. I'm surprised I even made it this far, so I'll be happy regardless of the results.
Okay. So JMill, Liam said he was feeling a bit nervous about SSL. Anything you're worried about, or?
No.
All right.
I'm not worried about anything. I don't really care. I'm just here. I'm here so I don't get fined, Kappa.
Okay.
Well, beautiful answer, and having fun is ultimately the final goal of this tournament, so glad to hear that's your end goal as well.
Well, I didn't expect to get here. I shouldn't be here. I mean, Do Whatever should be here, but he gave me the win, so...
Was he just unable to race?
Yeah, he just wasn't feeling well yesterday, so...
Okay.
He should definitely be here, because he would have probably swept me away.
I feel like that might be like one of the question marks, like what would have happened if Do Whatever could just finish out this tournament, because he was definitely a contender.
He was definitely one of the favorites, for sure.
All right. I mean, if there's nothing else, I think we should probably go ahead and get it started. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Sounds good. Good luck to both of you, and
Okay.
have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's JMill and Liam. No, none of them feeling super confident. I think both just kind of happy to be in the semifinals. But, one of them will make it to the finals and compete against the winner of Triforce versus Toast Rider. So, their run's not over, and maybe they can pull off a miracle in the finals. Who knows? LiamKings is definitely showing that he's a contender with the way he beat Lunar Jump 2-0, the number 1 seed in the tournament in round 2. So this could really go either way.
Yes, a major upset from LiamKings, but JMill a serious contender. This will be a very, very interesting match between the two, and I'm definitely excited to see how it ends up.
Yeah, we're gonna get the countdown from Cheese, no intro, so they'll be right off to Lactu Skip. So we're gonna see JMill and Liam start the timer. And yeah, we're off. Or are we? Oh, just a tiny bit of chat delay. Right, Cheese will probably sync the streams. LiamKings, pretty safe Lactu Skip. JMill getting it as well. You see, you have to either go for Island Hop, if either of them go for Island Hop, because it's very risky. It might be a little bit too far, or too much risk to expect them to do in a non-stop 70 race like this, but you could do it to save some time. Both them looking like they're going to go for Bomb Clip, though.
Indeed. Now let's see whether they succeed at this. This is definitely a pretty...
Oh, JMill doesn't get the ball. Okay. Oh, the one? Okay. That's a bit of a problem for JMill. He's going to have to get a second try. Bonks on the... I don't know.
That marble wall looks like.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Okay,
LiamKings getting a perfect bomb clip. Second try, alright.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting because he aggroed the bomb before he grabbed it, and then when he picked it up, he didn't even do like the tiny little hop. He just went through like the one jump throw, like he was doing Pillarless or something. And I think that kind of bit him because he didn't really know like where to grab the bomb from. Okay, LiamKings going for the texture setup first. This is an alternate route. Gets that just fine. JMill is going for the tree first for Wild Blue. This is going to be the other way, so even though they look kind of synced, LiamKings is up a can on the star, and JMill will have to do that in the middle of his 100 coin. So they're actually very neck and neck here as they hit the switch. JMill, he needs to get that star. Okay, he falls down. LiamKings grabs it. This is going to be a little bit of a time loss for JMill here. Liam clean so far, making that good cycle. JMill settling for a half cycle 100 coin. He will get Cannonless after he collects the blue coin from this Crony here. While Liam is already up on the Womps King. Okay, JMill's texture setup looks really good. Oh no!
And he misses it. I'm gonna have to go back for that one.
That's really unfortunate.
Texture setup can be fast, but going for the stock folder setup this time, a lot more reliable. Yeah, that texture setup can save some seconds, but it's definitely kind of risky sometimes.
Yeah, even if it is pretty consistent, just the fact of you have to do it in a race where you never really know how it's going to work out, because the way actually, I don't even know why there is, but there's like a no-go range kind of in the middle where you kind of need to be on like either side. Like there's two sweet spots and then like a dead zone right in the middle where it is kind of a random element. So JMill got just the bad draw there, and he's gonna be off to quite a big deficit here in Womps. Liam already on his second cycle, I suppose. Just gonna get the fortress and the cage.
Yes, he does have to re-enter this level in order to spawn the tower, since it does not spawn unless you're on the second star or later. And this definitely makes Owless a lot easier.
Yep, Liam with a good long jump.
Just that well-placed long jump, and you're in the cage. Meanwhile, JMill finishing up that 100 coin. Missing one on the path, it looks like. Going ahead and grabbing one from the meadow instead. Liam entering Princess's Secret Slide. Chat, go ahead and post your guesses. Now, Drodronus, I personally think, let's see how he gets that.
I'm gonna call it 12 Yeah, 12,
I'm saying 12-9, actually. You
That's
think 12-7? Let's see.
12-9, you were right. Okay, so co-commentator on point today. Jimbo wrapping up Wom's. He missed a star there. Okay. That long jump is a bit sketchy. Okay, but he makes it in. So good stuff.
Liam
I
entering the win cap
picked up
stage.
like an extra blue on his first go around because he got both lines of points at the end, but then he only needed one from the win of 8. So I don't know where he got the extra blue. Oh, Liam misses a pair of reds. He's gonna have to get those on the second pass. Okay, if he missed those again, he would have had to die because there's no way you can get that height after failing it like that with no speed. So a bit of a manga S for Liam.
JMill in the middle of the slide at the moment. I'm thinking a 12-7. Oh,
12-9
another
again.
12-9. Evenly matched slides.
Yeah. Okay, so Liam heading into Dark World. This is going to be one of the scarier parts of the run. Liam, I would say he's like probably 90% of the time he'll get through it without a death or like losing 10 seconds. Oh, Damon List is the lowest pair of reds. Some people just say Triforce famously being the world record holder in non-stop. He says wing cap is the hardest start in the game, or at least of the run, which is kind of funny. But you know, it's definitely a tricky one.
It's those coin hitboxes. They really don't exactly line up with the way the coins look, since the coins are just a 2D texture being rotated in space.
Yeah, also Mario's hitbox extends like way above him when he's flying rather than under him. So like, if you like brush it with your belly, you might not collect it. Whereas if the coin's like, even like almost like out of Mario's arm reach above, you can still collect it sometimes. It's kind of weird to see. In the meantime, Liam pulled off a clean chick cycle, which is probably the more important thing to be talking about here because Dark World can really put you back in a run. JMill. Oh no, JMill dies!
Take that death!
Okay. You're just doing the normal back hit if you get burned by the flame, but you know, sometimes you run the risk of running straight off the edge, so
Mario does not. You have to be sure to consider that whenever you're needing to do precise movement like that.
Yeah, okay, so JMill, you're gonna be going for Shig as well.
Liam going ahead and re-entering Bomb Battlefield with the wing cap so he can collect the rest of the stars there.
JMill almost got hit by that Goomba. Like, he rolled out at the precise moment that he hit it, so if he was a tiny bit later. Okay, very early for Shig, JMill. Looking pretty clean the second time around, so luckily that death was not around the 6 red point or somewhere toward the end where it'd be a lot more costly.
Oh, for sure.
He's very much in it still. Liam collecting Sky Jump and touching CCM door at 640, so pretty substantial lead.
No doubt about that. Now, we'll see how CCM ends up going for him, because this can be a challenging stage in Nonstop. More so than in standard runs.
Yeah, I think once 120 runners get very practiced at this stage, it's very smooth sailing, and there's not much that will go wrong. But in Nonstop, there are a few difficult tricks and a couple ways to die, more so than in normal RTA. I think Liam missed a coin.
Yeah, I believe just one earlier on the slide. Handling the rest of it pretty nicely.
Okay, Liam will have enough. I was watching the coin count because if he missed 2, he'd have to get backups, but with 78, he will have just enough to complete the stage with 100 coins before wall picks will work. So, very important to note. JMill hits Sky Jump. Liam's was probably a little bit faster, but the important thing is that... Oh, Liam just a little bit not in the warp zone.
Picking up that penguin to bring back to her mother. Now, how does a little penguin wander that far up a mountain with the mom just looking away? I tell you, bad parenting in the Mario world.
Maybe he took the warp.
Maybe so. That's a viable option. JMill entering the slide himself. We'll see if he pulls off.
Usually, you know, you slide down the mountain. You don't like climb up it.
Right.
Oh,
definitely.
LiamKings with the bonk. Okay, this is kind of bad. Second try triple jump wall kick successful. Yeah, the way the camera like pans on its own is kind of difficult to get a read for. I think Liam probably just a bit rusty and non-stop, but second try will be okay.
going ahead and sliding off of the side of the mountain to grab that arrow of coins to go ahead and get his 100 coin star. And wall kicks do work in this case as he grabs that star and exits CCM.
Yeah, not bad. You can kind of tell like his wall kicks were like a bit too close to the right, otherwise he'd like land right on the star, but it's like a very minor thing. Liam heading into big boost on second ground pound on the boo, holding the cage. JMill missing the penguin.
That poor little penguin lost.
I think that penguin's probably pretty shook after sliding that far, that kind of speed. Like, how
I
like
don't
it?
know, at that age, I feel like I would have been excited to do that.
Maybe.
Would have been like a roller coaster.
Oh, JMill misses his double jump dive. I love roller coasters, like, I just can't get enough. Okay, JMill, good triple jump wall kick and the rollout, very smooth, okay.
Going ahead and fighting that King Boo.
Time. He's still about over a minute behind Liam, but you know, some good gameplay like that will close the gap. Liam finishing up BBH.
See how he does on wall. Ooh, missing that second wall kick. He must have gotten a late frame on that first one. Goes ahead and grabs the star a little more cleanly than Liam, but unfortunately with that missed wall kick ended up losing a bit of time. He's entering BBH while Liam is going into the basement.
Yeah, TCM was probably like an even split, like they're probably about a minute and 10 apart, where JMill missed the penguin and a little bit at the ending where Liam got a bonk on the bridge. So they kind of cancel out.
Yeah, and Liam getting a clean grab on Mitz here. Meanwhile,
No, definitely watch Liam here because he said in the interview he was worried about SSL, somewhere where he's definitely lost loads of time in his previous races and was pressing it just to try to get some extra reps in. He's not feeling very confident here. Let's see if he can hold it together. Oh, misses the second pillar. How is he going to do this backup? Holding A. Okay. Oh no, he's dead!
Takes that death slurp.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Liam probably getting in his own head there. He was too worried about getting this like kind of safe, conservative talon bounce where you just kind of need to go for the pillar and know you're going to get it. Where Liam did not know, and I think that's going to shake him up mentally. He's going to have to recover for the rest of this run. Can he land on the second time? That's good. One thing that's
was definitely deceptive too, because it looked almost as if he just tagged the top of the pillar. So
yeah,
if I were him, I probably would have reacted as if I touched it at first.
Yeah, it could be just what happened. The
JMill getting a clean hip grab as well.
Caused a bit of extra lag. I want to mention, like, in that situation, the way you can back that up without landing back on the normal sand. Liam says in Discord, "Lol, expected." He definitely was feeling nervous about SSL. Second try though, at least he gets through the stage. We'll see if JMill can make up some time because this is a big window of opportunity for him to close the gap. Lands cleanly on the pillar this time. As long as he doesn't get into his wall here, he's fine. That should be it for outside. And Liam didn't even have that great of an inside the pyramid too, so JMill poised to gain a lot of time over Liam here in the basement section of this run.
Now, I do have to say here, Liam going into LLL, and in Nonstop, as another commentator put it, it looks like a Mario Odyssey level, just grabbing these stars rapidly.
Oh, what was that? Oh my god, he just flew over the fence! I've never seen that before. Okay, I think maybe he just got a really high wall kick, but it looks like he just like fell over it without ledge grabbing. I'm shocked actually. What you're supposed to do? Oh, he misses the start. He has to go back for that. Okay, he's just gonna take a burn. Not that big of a deal, but I was very surprised to see that happen. Basically, what you want to do is after you get the start for Red Hot Log Roll, you just want to Liam with an extra burn. But you just want to do
short on the cycle.
Maybe like a long jump off here, a single jump. Even with the bad slide kick, I don't know why he does this in lag 2. Probably just like new habits, but yeah, it makes you have to hold a bit of an off angle. So I keep getting distracted. Anyway, look at JMill. Oh, he skips the ledge.
Ooh, LiamKings messing up the triple bullies, almost dying there, but
the bullies are very
back on the platform
because you come in at a different angle.
Ooh,
and
still missing that
aggro
last
you differently.
bully.
Okay, Liam. Oh, he's just okay.
Finally gets that last small one off.
We were hanging on like, you know, this was a WWE Royal Rumble, and he just wouldn't go over the rope, you know. Liam
JMill
had to do
definitely
quite
gaining a little bit
extra
of
work.
time there.
Look how close they are. JMill is already on board with the big bully, where Liam is not even in the volcano yet. Liam does skip the ledge grab, getting that one up. Good stuff. But JMill has definitely made up a lot of time here in LOL. Cleaner bullies
It's
from
a
JMill. He
much
definitely
cleaner
knows how
bully.
these work. That's impressive because Liam with the big long jump. And he gets that. That's probably the most important thing to do in LOL is to not fall and die there. JMill skips the grab 2. So Liam had a clean volcano. JMill's not going to be able to make up time here.
But he did definitely gain a good 20 seconds on him to all of LLL before.
Yeah.
Getting a pretty good Lapa boost.
I'm kind of shocked. Like, JMill was over a minute down going into basement, but just the difference has been cut at least in half. You're less than 30 seconds apart now.
Both players with 30 stars going into DDD to unblock the sub, along with going through Fire Sea.
Yeah.
Now, Fire Sea Reds has definitely played a lot of runners in the past. What are you thinking we're going to see from both Liam and JMill, considering their status in this race and just their previous gameplay?
I think they both attempt Lava Boost early Ellies, which is the fastest RTA viable strat, and really, I don't know how you do anything else without a task, but the way that Liam and JMill will probably try to do it will be a bit different. JMill won't have to lag reduce like Liam will, but Liam is also a way better 120 rounder. He has a lot more practice, so you would expect him to get Lava Boost early Ellies, or at least have a better chance at it. Ooh, Liam pulling off a good front sub. Also 120 star experience helps a lot with getting this star in the jet stream, with JMill looking pretty good for— oh no, he misses it! He's gonna have to surface for air. He's at 2 HP. Is he just gonna get front sub or what? I don't know. Okay, he's gonna go back down for the star. This is really bad. I know I got completely sidetracked. What I was gonna say earlier is that I was watching Liam when he had a 144 doing his 142 attempts. Like, he had some really good runs that were promising upstairs times, and they'd all die in Fire Sea. Like, he missed early cycle, and he missed like another one as well, or like he died doing like this part right here, rolling out in the cage. Oh, he misses the red.
That red
Okay, that's
point.
gonna kill the Lava Boost. I mean, he might be able to get early at least, but it's probably just gonna be a normal cycle from him at this point. JMill finished up DDD in the meantime, so Liam leaving some room for JMill to catch up in Piracy some more. Like, he's really gone downhill after that really strong start he had. JMill has a lot of opportunities to make up time.
Looks like he's going to have to wait around for that normal cycle, unfortunately. JMill starting off pretty strong on his reds.
I don't think that's going to work. Oh, okay. Oh, he missed the red
missing the
too!
coin too! Both of them having to deal with more than likely normal cycle on JMill's end. Meanwhile, Liam managing to successfully finish his 8 reds, grabbing that star, and going in for the actual fight.
JMill forgot he had the 4th red as well. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Now, we're going to need to see if he'll be able to get a first throw here, because if you lose a throw here, it's more time lost than either of the other 2 Bowser fights. JMill having to wait a little bit on that coin. Liam looks like he's going to get the grab just fine. We'll see if his spins work. And clean execution there.
Dude,
JMill
JMill
just
barely got
barely
burned
getting
by
that
the fire.
Going ahead and slapping that heart. And opting for the wall kick route rather than burning for that coin. Liam entering his upstairs. Now, this will be pretty interesting to watch. They're fairly close together, about a minute, give or take. And, I mean, a lot can happen within these next 40-some-odd stars.
Yeah, completely. Whichever in particular has the star with the secrets transitioning to Express Elevator, where you have to make a pretty tight window. It's definitely one of the most nerve-wracking parts of the entire run. So we'll see if LiamKings will pull this off successfully. Gets the intentional burn to drop down. Starting on his secrets, gets the first 2 down here. Gonna transition up, push in some more boxes. I'm not exactly sure if you were a casual player how you expected to figure out what the secrets were. If the team just kind of randomly decided. Liam avoiding breaking these boxes to reduce the lag he'll get on N64.
Yeah, I think it was just they expected you to touch everything in the level.
Yeah.
Liam,
It'd be cool if there was something behind that box you push into the wall. It just seems like the only thing you can do with it is push it into the wall and nothing really comes from it. Okay, so Liam, he's gonna have to go for the elevator here. Dusty Roll, that's gonna make it a bit tighter. No room for error here is LiamKings going up the elevator shaft.
and gets those wall kicks dead on, grabbing the star and exiting course. Let's see if JMill can match that. Very, very tight, but manages to pull it off. JMill barely avoiding that shocker.
Yeah, clean from LiamKings. Doing with a triple jump dive instead, a little bit faster. Oh, okay. He'll have to like hold A and kick back a little bit.
And he managed to get that good. Getting all the way back up there would definitely cause about a 30-second time loss, which, if he has any hopes of winning round 1 of this, he's not going to want that.
Nope. LiamKings with a good oh, I was about to say it, but he didn't have a good angle enough on the
Ooh,
didn't have a good enough angle on the mountain
again.
clip, so he's gonna opt for the side flip instead, quite a bit slower. JMill finishing up like Dry World, getting the long jumps and the wall kicks pretty well. LiamKings taking the warp. We're gonna see JMill try to catch up a bit more. The lead is definitely not what it once was for LiamKings.
Going into Piranhas at the moment, while JMill is joining him in THI. JMill getting that strange camera angle on the upstairs staircase, but managing to slog through it.
Let's see how his secrets are, because Liam, they were okay, but not great. JMill gets that triple jump dive, the most important part of the star. It's the clip, very clean from JMill, not an easy star to pull off like that, but he's definitely saving a lot of time over Liam again. He also does that smart on the slow get up. That was gonna warp him if he got up with A instead of just pushing the up on the first stage.
Yeah, those quick reflexes definitely are what's required to do well in a tournament like this.
Probably not quick reflexes since you ledge grab, but just having like the mental wherewithal to know what not to do. So Jim was definitely focused, and he's here to play. LiamKings finishing up the cave though, his 120 experience taken over. This is just muscle memory, and he executes it beautifully.
Yeah, this could be a very costly death, but fortunately, he's masterfully been able to just dive between those little rock platforms. JMill getting towards that star at the top of the mountain, going for his reds.
Playing casually, doing the red coins in the regular cave, I probably game over like twice, just trying to like do cool things, but oh, JMill dies!
JMill
No
taking
wall
that
kick
death.
angle for JMill! He's fallen, and he is not gonna get up from that. That's a huge time loss. He has to go back in the big painting and do the entire THI red star. Or you could just do TTC 100, but he's probably not well practiced enough. Dude, that's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool from Liam.
definitely would not want to try to pull off TTC 100 to end this
Liam,
race.
he
And
falls
Liam,
again! Okay. If he fell a little bit more, he would have to like mountain clip again. Oh, what is it? Okay. Liam, get it
just
together,
cannot
please!
get up on that summit.
Okay. I don't know what kind of.
Oh, he
Oh,
falls off that mushroom! Gonna have to re-enter that level or add TTC 100. He's re-entering.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
yeah,
JMill does get his 8 red
reason not
coins.
to re-enter. Really just so unfortunate for LiamKings to have this happen to him in the way that it did. Like,
Oh, and he
he
misses
missed the
box
jump too. I don't know what's going on here with LiamKings, but his experience is deserting him. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And JMill is also in Tall Mountain and just right on his tail. This could really go either way now. This is not a star that you would expect someone of Liam's caliber to mess up. He uses like the kind of ankle bounce strat for more consistency. He'll get it that time around, but it's been very costly for LiamKings, taking 2 deaths when really shouldn't have had to deal with either of them. I'm actually surprised JMill is still not in the lead here.
Honestly,
the backflip strat with the ledge grab. Pretty slow, but you saw how much trouble Liam had just getting up that simple slope there. JMill was going to kind of breeze through that. Alright, He's finishing up Tall Mountain now, and JMill. Let's see how these reds go. Okay, he survives the mushrooms. That's pretty much the death risk gone, and Liam's lead is pretty shot.
Ooh, failing that side flip there. Ooh, cannot get up on the platform. Just losing a few seconds to that, but with the distance he's made up between him and Liam, I definitely think he can afford a little bit of bobbles like that. Liam going ahead and starting SL. Let's see if he gets on Snowman's head readily, and he makes it. Very nice. We've seen a lot of racers fail that and have to go up alternate ways. Ooh, and sliding down.
Transition movement, as I would call it, between these two stars.
Ooh, and no! On that, he's gonna have to slide into the cold water. Let's see if he can get back up into the platform.
It's a game of inches for Liam, and they're just not the inches he needs. Honestly, very barely getting these frustrating errors that, like, someone like Liam, I know he's just fuming over this right now. Like, I don't know if he knows he's in the lead still, but he can't be happy. JMill, let's see if he has a better transition. Okay, pretty slow rollout doing it that way, but his ankle is on point, so we'll save more time over Liam in this way as well. Look how close they are now.
Clean bully ball. Oh yes, both in
They're
the same
both
stage.
on the shell now. Like, that's how close they are. After JMill had a pretty, like, disastrous early game.
Let's see, Liam touching that start 25-10. Let's see when JMill grabs it. JMill with a pretty safe bully.
I'd say LiamKings has played pretty well, like, in the areas that he hasn't made mistakes to still have a lead at this point. Like, if you look at the errors that they made, I would say Liam has made, like, more seconds worth of errors than JMill, but his gameplay is pretty solid in the rest of it. Okay, JMill going for the triple jump into the deep freeze.
And it looks like JMill got that star around 25-36 or so about 25 or so seconds that he's going to need to make up. But if Liam keeps making these little inch errors, he's going to be able to make that up.
Yeah, this is really going to come down to Tippy, as it often does, but...
Well, there are some opportunities for Liam to mess up an HMC that could cost him this race.
I would say if you don't go for the box jump route, the stage is, like, pretty safe. Like, you could lose some seconds due to just maybe getting hit by a rock or, you know, not hitting the switch after you get the star in the cavern. Oh, that's very...
bonking that boulder.
Yeah, you can't really know how the rock is going to look at that point. You just kind of go in blind. So then with some unlucky RNG. Not going for box jump. JMill also an HMC, not very far behind at all.
Definitely a smart decision not to go for box jump. This is still a fairly quick strat. Going now for Christmas Miracle. Having to do it the slightly alternate method, since he's not actually coming from the roof as in standard runs.
Yep. Hitting this stage is pretty difficult. I think, like, people like Triforce, they slide on, like, the exact corner of the two kind of polygons, like, where this island is like an octagon. Like, that's what JMill did as well. Diving too early, it is kind of misleading, like, how your, like, field of vision, like, the perspective where you'll see the switch, but yeah, JMill doesn't hit the switch either. Not a big problem. Liam heading up to Tippy now. And JMill's been down, but he's not out. We'll see if Liam can pull together a solid rainbow ride.
Yes, and this will really make or break Liam. So many opportunities for little mistakes to add up to big time loss. So we'll see how he handles it.
As the viewer, the things you want to be looking out for Liam here are not forgetting to talk to the bob-omb, of course. Other than that, though, it's definitely the cruiser. Not getting blown off by the breeze, collecting the cruiser star with, like, a ground pound or some other movement that doesn't risk dying, and getting the cannon shot. Now, I think Liam will actually go for a triple jump dive into the star, which is super risky because the way you roll out, or you just let yourself slide in like a curve. So you'll be on, like, the very edge, like, I want to say, like, the railing of the ship. So this is super precarious if Liam does want to go for that strat. Like, he could definitely die. Okay. Ledge grabbing to set up the long jump for LiamKings. Okay, he's not going for the triple jump dive. That's what
Having a little bit of trouble with the breeze, but he ends up grabbing the star.
Nice
Definitely
side
playing
kick
it
on the
safe.
cruiser there. Landing in the cannon. That's probably the scariest part over. JMill also going for this long jump now.
Ooh,
Ooh, ground pound. That's really unfortunate. That might ledge grab. Nah, okay.
ooh, falling down
roll
on
out onto the
gonna have to
lower
take the
carpet.
alternate route.
That's smart from JMill actually, doing a very impromptu triple jump because that fire would have burned him. And if you get burned by that fire, you're pretty much dead. I'm just gonna say. Oh, JMill gets hit by the spiny from the Lakitu. He just can't get up here. Oh, excuse me. Wow, okay. Narrowly avoiding death in a lot of ways.
Phew. Having a good jump to that island from the cannon.
Liam entering TikTok clock. Now, it's not that difficult once you get up to the top because you're just kind of going down, getting stars that are directly beneath each other. But there are some ways to die. Like, there are plenty of invis walls on TPC. There are a lot of very narrow walkways to navigate. Liam going for the stomp on the flump, normal movement.
And having a bit of trouble with that initial triple jump, but seems to be handling it a lot better now.
Ooh! Oh, he just missed a wall kick there. Doing kind of the more 100-point ending. That wall kick will... Okay, that'll work out, actually. Grabs his... But let's see what Liam's gonna do here. I would play it safe if I were him. Okay. Fall damage is not a big deal at this point. You can just collect these. Okay.
Ooh, barely missing the opening.
Yeah, I wouldn't be wasting too much time here. JMill is still on his tail. LiamKings gonna finish up. Don't mess up here. As I have done. Okay. LiamKings only needs reds and he will be at 70 stars. He misses a triple jump here. JMill is still not out of this race. He's been just chugging along, kind of on pace with Liam, but slowly improving as Liam has made allowances for JMill to get back into this race. It's going to come down to bits. LiamKings will have one extra life in the bank, and so will JMill. It's very important to note because if they have 0, then we'll probably see like much safer strats. But with one life, you can kind of do your
Ooh, JMill falling right to the bottom of the red coin stack.
Yeah, that's not fun for JMill.
That's a very hard fall because, I mean, it's just that tunnel is basically open. Liam having a pretty nice opening of his bits so far.
Triple jump dive is good. Now, even if you practice bits a lot, it's still something where you can always find a way to mess up or to die even. So we'll see if Liam can hold it together in the throws.
Losing his speed
Entering
on that
bits.
side.
LiamKings with the left side triple jump wall kick, moving, successful. JMill starting off bits here. Liam falling down. They're almost like 10 seconds apart at this point. LiamKings have to wait for the platform to redo his triple jump wall kick. JMill doesn't secure his triple jump dive, not capitalizing over Liam's mistakes here once again. A lot of windows for JMill to get the lead over Liam, but he just kind of made like similar mistakes at the same times for a lot of times in this race. Liam playing it safe. If you saw his triple bingo versus Saxiel lost his race more or less by doing a fancy rollout over the staircase there. Liam with a nice safe triple jump, but it's down to throws. If he has the same throws he has against Saxiel, JMill could definitely win this race though. His first one's good. Those are more of a confidence thing than anything. Liam needs 2 more to win the game over JMill.
Definitely getting
the whole
that
game.
second throw.
Like,
Now he
match
just needs
point.
one more throw while JMill is entering.
Last throw for LiamKings is a miss. He cannot miss one more. I mean, he could, but JMill could come back if he does.
See how he plays this one?
For JMill's success. But LiamKings will close it out with a 33. After all those mistakes, I can't believe he still got that kind of time. JMillGaming grabbing Bowser for the second time. And this race is not that... Oh, that was actually his third throw. There's not much of a difference at the end.
Not at all. Both of these players playing at very similar levels. Liam, despite those mistakes, playing at a very high level otherwise.
He did bend, but he did not break. He kept his cool under the pressure and was able to clean out a pretty good tippy in bits. Like the hardest, or maybe not the hardest part of the run, but the last part is always the most stressful part, and Liam did pretty well for himself. So good stuff, and we're gonna see a game 2. I'm gonna get some water.
Yes, indeed. Definitely looking forward to this game 2 and seeing what JMill is going to come up with to try to go ahead and get the best of the latter 2 games.
Now it seems like Liam might have shaken off. Well, he might have been shaking off some game 1 rust. So I think JMill's gonna have to step up his kind of strategies here if he wants to take game 2. Like he'll definitely need better execution than in the first game, because even with all those mistakes, Liam was still able to narrowly clinch it out. But I think with 2 games to play with, Liam is definitely favored to win one of them.
Yes, with as consistent of a level as they're at, JMill is going to have to pull a lot out of his cap in order to actually make this work. But if he doesn't take those ultra costly deaths like in THI and SSL, there definitely would have been a much smaller gap, if not a win from JMillGaming.
Yeah, the THI is what really killed his comeback, because having to go get that star is just such a long and tedious process, like completely out of the way. You know, it's like a 27-second star if like done well even. Plus you have to go into the big painting. Just completely halted his momentum on the comeback. So really unfortunate there, but they both made plenty of mistakes in that run. Let's see if JMill's got some magic vape juice for game 2. JMill says he's ready, so we're just waiting on Liam, and then we'll be on to race number 2. I tell you what, there were so many hype moments in that game where they'd either die or like barely do something, and it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, a very tight game from the both of them. It's definitely one that you wanted to watch really closely.
Maybe Liam has a mental block on SSL where he just can't convince himself to get a clean segment there. Tease him though, I was really surprised with, because Liam was kind of doing, I mean, I think he was still doing it pretty fast, but he wasn't trying to go all out with the strats. He was just doing it normally. I mean, as you would in a race, consistency is paramount. But he just had like some really weird slip-ups trying to get skill the mountain and getting invisible on the way down. Like, sure, you can say like that's just, you know, bad luck, or sometimes you get into a rut where, you know, you're not familiar with what you need to do in that situation because you do it right like 90% of the time, right? But then the second time where he missed the box, the triple like box jump into the mushroom, like that was just a shocker, because like Liam would almost never miss that either. So
Yeah,
his
that
recovery was very important.
Yeah, with how reliable that strat usually is, it's definitely surprising that he missed it. So it looks like both of our racers ready to start the next round. Liam having to reset his timer.
Maybe he has the Discord closed. Just want him to re-zero it.
Liam
There we
commenting.
go.
Oh. JMill ready to go. Seems Liam is near there or there. So any moment now, we should be seeing both of these racers off.
He's just giving the countdown, and I am really excited to see how this one's going to turn out.
Yes,
Remember, the
honestly,
winner will be in the finals. of the Nonstop 70 tournament.
That's right. And really, it all comes down to what mentalities these racers are going into the next race with. Both of them getting a clean Lakitu skip. It's definitely something you don't want to miss in such a tight situation. Both heading into BOB, going for bomb clip. Let's see if they get it cleanly, especially JMill. Missing that bomb clip the first time around definitely cost them a pretty big chunk of time.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be off to a bad start. You always feel like you're playing from behind, as JMill ended up having to do. So if he gets off to a cleaner beginning, we can see him really compete like the whole way through.
And
Not
a
hoping to
successful
make
bomb clip for
mistakes.
both, near in sync. Wow. They are
Wow! Entering
They're
walls.
still within seconds of each other.
GSA is gonna go for his really weird tree setup. Like, you're supposed to do like a Mario cam for the angle, but GSA like does some like weird Lakitu cam off angle side flip. Okay, Liam, tech your setup is successful. That was another area where JMill struggled in the first game. JMill does
Failing
not
that
kick.
dive again.
Okay. Yeah, not off to the perfect beginning, but
Having to
he's
wait
gonna have
for
to
that
wait
cycle.
quite a while. Okay, so Liam is pretty like I remember like in the first game they were like kind of synced in this part, but Liam had already done cam in this. It's kind of that way again. Let's see how JMill pulls it off here. He could even go for a plank push, but
Looks like he's going
closely,
for
that
the
looks
top
perfect.
trigger.
I want to say like, all right.
Very clean there. Getting that unfortunate little fall damage. And while Liam making short work of the Womp King, he's been
JMill up
stepped
here as
on.
well. So now they have both gone the same amount of stars, and you can see that Liam is maybe like 10 or so seconds in the lead. Getting the rest of the coins on the islands. Needs that 78, he'll have 80, more than enough. Okay, JMill grabbing the star. Alright, Liam here getting the box. Oh, I guess I was wrong about the coins you needed.
Getting a very handy 100 coin, picking up that red and taking the intentional death.
Okay, so
And he's
JMill will not need to get the box. He'll have 2 extra in the ring. And Liam gonna go in his second run through of Woms, much shorter, as you saw last time, just the fortress and the cage.
Let's see if, I believe it was JMill, let's see if he can get a cleaner star grab.
Yeah. Alright,
Clean
good stuff
Owlus from Liam.
Woms is actually like a very difficult stage, like in any category it is, but since you can just reset, like, you know, it doesn't feel like all that ridiculous, but in Nonstop there's definitely so many ways it can go wrong, so both of them were pretty clean, which is good to see. JMill's not off to a big deficit like he was last race.
Now, both players going into the slide near simultaneously. I'm thinking a 12-6. Chat and the
Ooh,
drone.
ambitious. 12-9. I will go for 4 12-9s. We have to see it.
I'm gonna say 12-8. This got JMill's gonna do the combo breaker. I believe in him.
Does he dare to defy the system?
Ooh,
12-7.
12-7. And Liam with a clean grab on those first two.
Liam losing the war of the slides. So... Also, JMill missed a pair of reds in his first wing cap, so that's another point where he can improve upon his own performance in the last race. Liam, meanwhile, got a very clean one, so it's not like JMill's going to be able to make up time here, but he will at least avoid losing time.
Yes, and it's all about keeping up at this stage of the race. You definitely don't want to fall as behind as he did in the first round this quickly. So
If
let's
you're
see if
JMill-
Liam can pull off another clean Dark World.
Yeah, definitely well within his powers.
And what were you gonna say if JMill?
I was saying, like, if I was JMill, like, I would, like, kind of be hoping for Liam to make some mistakes in basement. Like, you're probably just not gonna beat him with pure movement the whole way through, but if you can be that, okay, JMill hitting the fire again, but avoids that death he took in the first race. Definitely, like, all of his mistakes, like, are kind of being fixed that he made in game
Liam
1.
with a very clean, I believe, Shig cycle here.
Yep, that was normal Shig. A little bit of a slower ending, but he has to watch out for this Goomba. Okay. Yeah, he actually, like, averted his course a little bit. So Liam into the pipe. JMill. I don't think he got Shig because he burned himself. He's getting like an early normal cycle there.
Yeah, definitely kind of a. The last two blocks were a little bit further back than they would be for Shig.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Liam getting a clean first bomb hit. We'll see if JMill can also do that. Just to keep up with Liam at this point.
So far he's been off to okay, he missed the throw.
That
It's
was
not that punishing to miss. Okay, well he spun the long way, which wasted a bit more time. But
yeah, and that looked almost intentional. I'm a little bit confused because
knows?
that was a very small spin.
yeah. Liam getting sky jump here. Yeah, nice. Okay. Just another day in the office for LiamKings in the beginning of this second race. Now, we'll see if that remains the same story when he goes down the basement. SSL and LLL definitely gave him some trouble in game 1. Game will sky jump, and Liam entering CCM. So, yeah, that's good. A little bit less speed than Liam. We'll see if they have any kind of differences in CCM.
Liam entering the slide. Typically pretty clean, but this one can cause some problems if executed just a bit wrong.
Yeah, Liam also got like all the coins from the jump. Okay, he missed his one. So he will have enough still. Like, the easiest coin to miss on the slide is when you jump for the arc. You can miss like the last one on the ground because you kind of have a narrow window to jump and grab it while still getting the ones in the air. But luckily Liam got that one, so he still had enough coins to exit the slide with enough to complete the level without getting any backups, just like last race. JMill has gotten every single coin so far, and yeah, Liam going up to the penguin. And then this is kind of where CCM gets juicy, like in the part where you collect the stars and then do the movement to finish the 100 coin portion.
Very clean penguin movement from Liam. We'll see if JMill can match. And he still has to go through getting the wall kicks will work, arrow coins, and star.
See how Liam's triple jump wall kick goes? Good again. Will he make the long jump? Yes, he does.
Very nice this time around.
He also had some good movement to the blue coin switch there. So Liam definitely putting on a good show in CCM this time around. You know, Liam intentionally not rolling out, just taking the fall damage. I wonder if like that's actually faster because if you roll out, you kind of have to like wait and jump again for the star. But when you just kind of do your like smushed walk, okay, GM takes the nosedive in the snow, pausing a little bit to show his like frustration.
And
Like,
managing not to slide. Ooh, missing it again.
All right.
You definitely do not want to slide down that snowbank. Those little rough patches are the only areas that you will not slide down. So definitely good that he moved up pretty quickly to get away from that. Meanwhile, wall kicks did work for Liam. Let's see if they work for JMill while Liam is in BDH, getting a very clean balcony jump. Would it be referred to as a balcony or a terrace since it's indoors?
I mean, I would say just a balcony or like rafters or something. Okay, Liam with the nice triple jump dive where you've seen a lot of people just go for like a dive rollout and another dive to get from the haunted books room to the side of the house you want to go for Big Boo's balcony, but he also like clipped the fence, so style points for Liam, saving a bit of time over like, I don't know, I guess what a lot of people do. It is kind of just split like preference. It's not a big time difference. Okay, JMill getting the first star in BBH, pretty routine. Also going for the triple jump dive. Okay, that was so weird. I don't know what direction he was holding, but he was not holding down right because he just went to the... He just went, like, off the side. Like, it's just a very weird mistake to see happen. I've, like, never seen that. And then as soon as he went for the triple jump, I'm like, this looks kind of weird, but I didn't think he'd actually fail it in that manner. But anyway, Liam and SSL, definitely watch him now because BBH is a bit slow, but SSL is the opposite.
We'll see if he manages to get that second pillar landing right this time.
And this inanimate pillar is scarier than any piano or boo in the haunted house. Okay, but he makes it work.
Very clean movement so far on the outside. Pretty well anything that could go wrong is just about over. Now we're going to see the inside and how he goes there. Looked almost a bit short.
Oh, he missed the first pillar when he went to get the the fly guy. Okay, yeah, definitely played safe here.
Lean long jump from the middle of the pillar. That's
I
really...
definitely think that's one of the more technically precise things to do in a cell. Oh, watch Liam.
Ooh!
Okay.
Failing to get the star grab, but unfortunately not falling off that first secret platform.
If you watch Jamo there, he purposely ran over the middle of the pillar to make sure that Mario would physically touch the hitbox required to trigger the pyramid at the end. That's something that he definitely put some effort into doing. It's a very conscious decision to activate the hitbox in that way. Liam kind of just went for the fly guy and just kind of paid the price for it. His secrets were okay, other than missing the first one. I wanted to point out that he did this kind of like ledge grab bonk on the cage boarding the star here, where JMO doesn't go for that. He just kind of jumps into it. But it's such a cool strat. Like, I do that myself, and I really love it, because you just grab the star and just fall right down on the first secret. It's like nothing even happened there. So, it didn't work out for Liam, but I appreciate him going for it. JMO dominant so intentionally.
Ooh, getting a bonk there, but otherwise pretty nice log rolling star. He's not going for that triple jump wall kick. Good decision for a race, I'm thinking. Going for reds now.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, the triple jump wall kick over the fence to get to the log rolling star.
Yeah, it's faster with the wing cap. So
oh,
JMO,
really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I mean, JMO's probably wasn't faster because there's a pretty slow flight, but a good side hop, as we call it, is maybe like a 12 something, where the wing cap is maybe a second faster if you do it well.
Didn't realize that. Let's
like,
see if Liam gets...
like a perfect side hop
Liam's
is like
getting
a
bullied
12-4.
again.
Oh, okay.
Falling into the lava.
What he wants to happen. He purposely collected an extra coin, you might notice, because if he had only 3 HP and he got bullied again, he would have died. So he's playing it safe.
Fortunately,
missed the whole cycle on that. Yeah, this metal raft here that Liam's waiting for. I guess he's just not gonna wait for it. He missed like a whole cycle of it, where if JMO gets these clean bullies, you'll see he's gonna be able to make it as it's going back there, and that'll save him a burn. See, JMO's just gonna do 2 long jumps here, land on the raft, whereas LiamKings made some mistakes. So he wasn't able to make that cycle.
LiamKings making lava boost with 1 HP remaining. Fortunately, some coins in a lineup there for you to grab.
Good long jump, definitely the thing in LLL that you most need to practice if you're doing it like for the first time, because
yes,
you need to mind your camera angle. JMO getting it as well. Good stuff. That's something that's probably one of the most common errors we've seen in this whole tournament. So neither of them missing it at all so far is a good sign.
And let's see when they hit the water here. Liam hitting it at 47. JMill, I'm thinking will be hitting it at 57. Just 10 or so seconds behind. Not very far at all.
57 it is. 10-second lead for Liam going into Dire Docks. And this race is just getting warmed up. He survived basement, but some of the juicy stages and upstairs will definitely, well, they're definitely huge trials of their own. We'll see how they fare, because it's anyone's race at this point.
Yeah, and there's so much still coming up. Like, I mean, this, even as JMill demonstrated, this star right here is not entirely guaranteed. And tricks like front sub...
Did Liam miss a ring? Okay. He's fine. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but he actually was landing on the star anyway.
JMill looks like he's taking a bit more of a purposeful route down the rings rather than a bit of a diagonal. Now Liam going for front sub, very laggy on OG hardware. We'll see how he manages it though.
Oh wow!
Ooh, failing the first.
Massive coming in the front sub. JMO not even having to worry about that being on emulator. So,
And he gets it this time.
Are you very familiar with the Jetstream Star? Because the way it like the bubbles like blow up at you, you kind of need to approach it in a specific way. So like having 120 experience actually goes a long way in Nonstop 70 because in normal 70 you don't get any Jetstream Stars. But LiamKings very knowledgeable about the way you have to swim and the proper way to swim, so he was able to get it first try. In the fire scene now, we'll see if he can pull off an early cycle or do something better than he had last time because neither of them had very clean fire skis.
Yeah, and we'll definitely see if he tries a little bit of a safer strat to grab that red in the middle of.
He's going all out for long,
And he
misses
still
the
misses
red.
it! The second time in a row.
Can JMill break the streak like with the slides? Okay, he definitely took a more
grabbing the
conservative
coin.
there. He can still make a normal early yellies, so I think this is a smart decision on his part. Definitely not lava boost at this point.
It certainly gained him a good.
He'd have to speed up if he wants to make early yellies. He's kind of made a few like slow mistakes, accidentally ground pounding. I think it might be dead at this point. He just lost too much speed here. We just have to get normal cycle. So we'll see if Liam can at least pull off a clean normal cycle because with the normal movement here, opting for the rollout, that's good stuff. This is going to be very good normal cycle ending, at least like the best that you could get. JMill not getting that side flip like he wanted it to, so worse off than Liam overall.
Definitely, as they're both heading into the fight. JMill getting a burn. There's really nothing you could do about that, hitting the lava cycle at that point.
Honestly, I think it's about like as good as you would have hoped for at that point. Okay, let's see if we can make it back up. Okay, good stuff. He's gonna throw Bowser. JMill, it looked like he was about to bonk. Like, if he had dived earlier, he would have not made it to the little ceiling with the one-up box on it. He would have just bonked and fell all the way down. Would have lost a lot more time. Very, like, embarrassing and frustrating. So, JMill with a bit of awareness yet again. I never like ground pounding when you jump over Bowser because I'm always afraid I'll fall through the stage, which can happen if you do it in a certain way.
JMill getting a clean fight as well as Liam. So Liam heading into upstairs. JMill soon to join him.
Yeah, we'll be able to
see how they
what...
conquer. Oh, go on.
Oh, I assume we'll be able to tell what the lead is in just a second here. I only saw that Liam went like through the door at 17:15, so it looks like 20 seconds exactly. Liam saving 10 seconds in piracy. Good work. I mean, it's not much that you would fail in the beginning, whichever, but it's all about the ending. But LiamKings, no trouble so far. JMill is going to have to do some work.
Oh, kick worked well. Ooh!
No, what is this? He's going to get... Oh my god, he gets just bodied by... Oh, I just forget what their actual name is. I just think it was like Spatula. Like,
I just call them dustpans.
Yeah.
Yeah, always like robotic dustpans. I've never been able to figure out what they really are.
No, there's like a name for them, but like the name doesn't even like make much sense as far as I'm aware. I forget what it is.
It might be like Flippias or something.
Oh, in that case it does make sense. I'm thinking of something else. Okay, Liam, on 2 HP, if he had hit the fire, that would have been just a devastating way to die.
Let's see
Going back up the elevators.
Making good time, and he got it.
Yeah,
little bit close for comfort on that platform there, but manages to pull it off.
I mean, that's how it always
is.
is. But just having like the practice here is very important because if you're a beginner, you might like want to side flip onto the platform that's rising so you can do a bigger angle, but you just have to go for like the straight ahead angle in that case because the platform's already way too high to do that. So the practice did pay off and both of them made it to a dry world without a problem. Liam going for secrets here. A bit unfortunate slide on the Goomba. Okay. Well, good thing that coin was there because he would have died on 3 HP if he didn't collect any. Good secrets, otherwise JMill having a bit of trouble. He's stuck in the pit. And we'll do the rest of it just fine. So really close together.
Ooh! Oh!
He got
Getting that
warped.
fast help. Getting the fast grab there. That is not what you want to see. Having to take the casual
I
route.
praised him last game for having the awareness to get up with the slow joystick press, but made that error in the second time. Most people will do like a Mario cam as they go down the slide, but JMill specifically says that he prefers a side camera so you can like see where Mario's going, because if you're kind of going with Mario cam, it is kind of blind. You're jumping off of the mountain slope without really seeing where you are. It's just a timing that you have to feel. But in that case, it kind of bit JMill in the butt a bit because he got warped. Liam heading into the cave.
Now let's hope that he manages to get clean reds here. It's really that like 7th red that gives a lot of players a lot of trouble. And looks like he's got it pretty clean so far, and he's good.
Oh, he
Oop,
missed the last
missing
one.
that coin.
He whipped out the sicko kick as well, which is like after the 5th one or 6th one. Instead of doing the wall kick, you just jump in and kick. But JMill getting the wall kick this time, probably very happy to just not die in this stage.
Yet again, Liam just keeps losing these little inches, but this time around, JMill is prepared.
He's definitely been right on Liam's tail because he hasn't made the same errors. Now TTM is definitely a make or break stage where it's about like 1 minute and 10 seconds if you are doing it like properly. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect to be like under a minute 10, but like that's kind of like the general time. Where Liam probably spent like over like 2.5 minutes the last time, dying twice and having a bunch of errors.
Yeah,
Liam going for
definitely
the
not
side
on
kick.
the-
The way that you can get out of the side kick early, as Liam did in the first game. Oh, JMill misses the rolling log wall kick. That's pretty bad. He's gonna have to do the mountain clip again. I'm focusing on like very like minute things that Liam's doing while JMill's having a bit of trouble here. Not getting a jump dive. He's gonna have to mountain clip. Okay, big of a weird camera.
Successfully landing on the mushroom this time.
That
going
looks
into
like
red.
it'll work. Okay.
Works well, nice. Liam finishing up his reds.
Liam flexing here on the reds. Very good stuff. Like, you can just tell he's had a lot of practice with that star and it paid off for him. Okay, so he's definitely... The reason why he's being so cautious there is you can get invis-walled or just like miss the breeze and die. Like if you're too far to the right or to the left. If you get invis-walled, you'll just like bonk back on the mushroom, but Liam definitely playing it safe and playing it a lot better than his first race. He did not die, and as such, JMill is going to be struggling even more, but Liam's going to keep making progress, just chugging along.
Gets up the mountain. Let's see. Nice. Nice summit.
Alright, let's make sure he doesn't get an invis wall here, like Liam did in his first race. Okay, good stuff from JMill landing right on... Okay, that's fine. JMill landed right on the star.
Liam not getting bonked this time.
Yeah, both these runners are doing way better in their second race. Like, they've solved a lot of the mistakes that they made the first time around. It's, like, really cool to see where even if they're not, like, changing, like, relative to each other where they were in the first race, they've definitely, like, improved upon themselves from game 1 to game 2. So that's always cool to see. Like, their level of gameplay is just higher. There's the visual I was talking about with JMill. Not much of an issue.
Meanwhile, Liam bullying that bully as JMill finishes up TTM.
So, at this point, JMill was, like, already on the shell, so Liam has probably, like, a 20 to 30 second lead better than it was the last race. I'm going for a rollout so we can save an exit. Not save an exit, but just exit course, like, really quickly. Just worth noting. I'm going for Snowman's head. Good wall kick, but oh no, it's not going to work out. He actually slid on the fence. If you slide off the other way, you're kind of going like the part with the moving like snow triangles. Okay, JMill not getting a good... Oops.
Ooh, getting
Wow.
blown off and gonna have to retrieve his hat. more
This
than
is
likely.
ridiculous. He's gotten blown off all the way over there. Is he going to go back and get his hat? Like, he might as well. Okay.
Yeah, it's close.
Gonna kick across. Good, like, awareness, I suppose, again, to be able to do that. But that's just kind of hilarious. The snowman actually blew him off.
Yeah, I
You
really
don't see
can't
that
believe what
happen
I'm
very
seeing on this
often
monitor.
because, like, people just never even go near that ice area.
Yeah,
But-
even when you fail that get up, you should usually fall far enough to the left that you
Yeah,
don't take
just
the effect
because
bar.
he was doing the dive rollout part and he just slid backwards instead of forwards. So very unfortunate from JMill. Liam getting hit by a rock here.
I think he's resigned himself to not getting the Snowman's head start. Looks like he's going to be going for TPC 100.
No, he got it.
Oh, he did? Oh,
It was
my
like
bad.
after he got it when he's trying to like go back down. My bad. Oh, JMill missed the triple jump as well. It just kind of goes from bad to worse here for JMillGaming.
Not even able to exit course the first time. Ooh, Liam having a little bit of trouble with Christmas Miracle. Gets it on that try, though.
I wonder. I don't think JMill knows that you're supposed to go through the left door. I don't think he's ever seen the video. It's like 0.3 slower to go through the right door in most cases. But he's gone through like the right door to go back upstairs and the basement door. So I'm thinking like it wasn't just an accident. He just doesn't know, or not doesn't care. Okay, Liam going up to Tippy. Last time it was pretty good. Like if he copies the one he had last game, there won't be room for JMill to catch up. But as evidenced by countless games, like it is not over until it is actually over. So keep a close eye on Liam here. We'll see what he does and if he can hold it together here. This should be a big victory, putting him in the finals, somewhere he probably did not see himself being with all these really fantastic runners also in the tournament. Not counting Liam out, but you know, you wouldn't be able to favor him in a lot of these games that he's had to play, but taking out Lunar Jump showed his worth, and he's probably going to make it into the final if he can keep it together for like 5 more minutes.
Yes, there's definitely been a lot of fireworks coming from matches with Liam, especially from that match with Saxwell last night. Oh, man.
Tippy is just a test of endurance. Can you just do damage control as Liam's doing? Just be confident and not let anything get the best of you. Liam's up here for the cruiser, playing it safe.
That's definitely what I would do if I were in this position.
He's on the edge! He's gonna get in the... Okay. I saw as he did the side billet there, he wasn't like directly aligned with the opening to get in the cannon. So that was very scary. People die there all the time. JMill has famously died there many times on like 30 or 31 pace. So LiamKings had a very I don't want to say like a heart attack, but something like that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. When Mario gets stunned like that, it's like time freezes for a moment.
Yeah.
You really,
You
even
just have
if
to
you've been
wait for
playing
him
the
to get up.
even if you've been playing the game for years, you don't know the timings as well as you think you do.
Well, just the agonizing part is that like when you're not rolling, if you roll out, you fall. So you have to wait for Mario to slide to a stop and pick himself up, and it's just so agonizing. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. But Liam got through it okay. He's gonna make it into TikTok clock. I hope he saw some speedrun S's in chat for that particular sequence. JMill heading up to that part himself. See, this is the triple jump dive I was talking about. He pulled that off pretty well, actually. Definitely a cleaner cruiser than Liam had. But Liam is the one in the driver's seat. He's the one to focus on. He's going up to Stomp Swamp here. Yeah, that's not going to work out.
Having some issues with the box.
Second try looks pretty good, though.
Those
All right.
120 strats coming in handy yet again. Ooh,
That's the
missing the
exact
cage.
same mistake from the first race, too. Okay, JMill finishing up Rainbow Ride and then TikTok clock, so Liam just needs to not die. Don't commentators curse this, please. Oh, he did! Oh my god!
That is one for the books, folks.
He's gonna
And-
have to do something. Okay.
He's going to be
Liam-
doing
Okay, let me...
probably a bit of bottom-up routing.
Okay, let me just say this. Liam is on 1 life. That means if he dies, he will have 0 going into bits. So, you can either elect to take the normal death, like after getting these 2 stars. I personally lost my nonstop race to that exact same thing. Because that little slope part, you just get that kind of like bonky ledge grab, and you just fall to your death. Okay, so Liam got those okay. That's a big relief. We'll see if he opts to die, or if he wants to just exit course for like maximum safety, because I would not hold it against him if he did. You don't want to be going into bits with no lives. If you game over, that's it, you're just done. And that'd be a shocking way for JMill to win game 2.
Exactly. Now, in case anyone doesn't know, the Game Shark code that makes Nonstop possible also means that these players have not saved once this entire game. And they're actually incapable of saving. So Liam going into bits with 0 lives, if he dies, that's it. No stars, he'd have to start a file all over, and JMill just gets game 2 by default. So we'll see. Ooh! That was a little bit sketchy right there. Just barely falling into that crack, but then... Ooh!
Liam's falling as the game's over! JMill just...
wins round 2 by default!
It's as I said, Liam takes the death, and that's all it spells defeat, and it's just at the hands of the life count. LiamKings is gonna lose game 2. JMill with a surprise, just I won't even say he win, but he didn't even win. Liam just lost. We're gonna be moving to a game 3. Just the fact of Nonstop 70 is the lives do just get low, and it is a constant thing you need to keep your eye on if you don't want a game over. I was gonna say, like, most people don't do that triple jump dive. They just go around, they get that one up, they play it safe. I don't know if Liam didn't know or didn't care, but
very lucky grab
that's
on that
a
panel.
horrible way to lose a run there.
Oh yes,
It's on good pace too. That was probably going to be like a 32.
Definitely a very sad thing to see, but
JMill with moving right side. He's flexing. I don't know if he knows the game's over or not. Liam was going to take a couple minutes. I think I need a couple minutes. I can't believe what I just saw. Some
Amen
shocking
to that.
scene in Bowser in the sky.
A little bit slow
Never
movement into the
over.
pipe, but he's not racing against anyone right
It's
now,
never
so
over.
it's fine. Now
All
let's
right,
see if we can
JMill
get some good
needs
throws.
JMill would have to miss infinite throws at this point.
Losing Bowser off the side.
All right, I'm out. I'm just kidding.
Having to deal with the shockwaves and the missing wedge. Going at it again. Still a bit short. Just
You almost
going
got
for those short throws.
camera angles. I don't know if
Very
it's
close to the edge of the stadium. He's definitely not going to want to miss this. Okay. Close enough to the hitbox that it was near guaranteed, but
Liam just can't catch a break here. Like, if you're like, if it's just not for a couple unfortunate errors, this would be a clean 2-0. But what do you know? We're in game 3, and anything can happen.
yes, and we'll see if JMill is able to pull off a cleaner start and middle of his run, and
Okay,
maybe
JMill,
be in the driver's seat for a bit.
JMill did not know that Liam game over. Okay,
Well,
I actually have to pee really bad. I'll be right back.
man, with that, that is our game 2 of JMill versus Liam. So this will be moving on into the game 3. Whoever takes this will take it all the way to the finals. Now, they will be facing the winner of Toast Rider and Triforce TK. So definitely don't miss that round either, or the finals. Liam, the surprise upsetter, beating the #1 seed in this tournament, and JMill from Blue Esports, both amazing runners at this game, and anything can truly happen in this next final best of 3 round. So definitely stick around and stay tuned. They will be starting that game 3 just momentarily.
Okay, I'm back. I definitely needed to catch my breath after that one. Like, what a ridiculous race. Like, are you kidding me? We're gonna be going to a decider. It is 1-1.
Meanwhile, chat currently viewing Liam's TTC and commenting on commentaries, screams of passion at Liam's death and just general tomfoolery. Honestly, Liam is so good at getting these starts, but he just cannot hold it together through Tippy.
It's just a category full of just deadly pitfalls.
Yes, just so much can and does go wrong.
Okay. Jamo says he's ready to go whenever, so I think Liam just needed to take a quick break, understandably.
Interestingly enough, JMill commenting in Discord that he's actually been making a few golds this run, so props to him for that. Being able to gold in the middle of a race is pretty nice.
Liam just died on the stream. Okay. Liam setting up his Game Shark. Has to screw his head back on.
It's me, Mario.
And play another game.
Hello.
So this is it. Let's see if they can continue those improvements on their first run. And really just remember, anything can happen. It's really not over until it's truly over, until Bowser hits that third bomb, as we've seen in this exact race. So our racers preparing any moment now.
I'm clenching right now. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Neither do I. I think it's still going to come down to probably Tippy and really upstairs in general, but I really think Liam may have some issues in SSL this time around. I feel like the nerves, if they would get to him, it'd be right now.
What do you think about JMO? He's had like a better second race than his first one. Do you think he'll keep on that upward trajectory, or do you think it'll just be the Liam show in game 3?
I'm thinking JMill's going to be able to hold his own overall. I mean, it's really, I don't see anything that would really concern me as much as Liam's SSL and just that general Tippy nonsense. I mean, really, it seems Liam starts strong, but just cannot hold that momentum together for some reason. It's always just these small mistakes that allow JMill to get pretty close. That's really what these races have been. A lot of small mistakes from Liam and a few big mistakes from JMill. And so if JMill can just pull it together and really get a clean, consistent run this time around, I think he's got it in the bag.
You could be right.
Ooh, both of them missing Lakitu skip.
That's definitely an ooh, because both of them got it just fine in both previous races, so in the context of the race, there's no difference, but they are still tied. Where is he bomb clip again? Liam clipping the fence a bit.
A little bit behind JMill with a hair of a lead at the moment. And we'll see how bomb clip goes for them. If one of them fails this will result in a very early lead that could make a lot of difference. JMill succeeding pretty handily. Ooh, Liam going outside of the fence. He's gonna have to go and respawn that bomb. Ooh, and he aggroed it. It's
to get a third one at this point. Really a slow start for Liam. He's probably not feeling good about
You'll
this.
definitely
right
want to
now.
watch JMill's womps here. We'll have to see how he handles Cannonless and the other just wild strats. And that tree setup and this whole route that JMill is using, it's definitely... We'll have to see if it pays off for him. Because it's something I haven't really seen before from anyone.
It's definitely like a weirder route. It's the thing that Toast Rider initially did when he was the only one kind of doing nonstop. But like, you know, nowadays there's a few different options you can do. I think the texture setup is more common to do first now, as Liam's gonna show off here. Let's see, got it 3 for 3, so Liam's at least
Wow.
been consistent in that area. JMill
J-Mill
also
going for that sock
been
folder.
consistent. Canonless.
J-Mill definitely with a pretty convincing lead for how far we are into this race. Just a couple of minutes. And already definitely double-digit time difference, I would say. It'll be a bit hard to tell until we get out of Womps, but I think it's pretty safe to say. Getting very clean ground pounds on King Womp. And now he just has to finish up that 100 coin. And grab the 8 red coin star.
So both of them looking pretty okay right now.
Getting his 82 from that red on top of the swamp.
JMill wrapping up with the last coins that he needs in Womps.
And he'll have 2 extra on that ring.
Liam also has enough to just complete it with Climb. Doesn't need the box like he did in the previous game.
Now, just a few seconds apart. The menu fully popped up on J-Mill at 3:01. Let's see when the star menu pops up at Liam. 3:09, so about 8 seconds between them at the moment. So let's see how well J-Mill manages to seize upon this early lead.
Ooh, doesn't get a long jump. Ground pounds instead. Second long jump is good though. So, ooh, Liam, that might not make it. That was so
Ooh,
close.
just
He barely made it inside the cage. He just had a very low speed starting out that long jump. It looked like he was going to be he looks like he was going to fall a bit short, but James was actually in the lead out of Womps, which is the first time this has happened so far.
Yes, indeed. I believe it's really the longest lead he's had in this entire race, aside from last race with that death from Liam. Now, I'm predicting from this a 12-8 from J-Mill, and you know what? I'm going to have to go with a 13 flat on Liam. I'm thinking
I'm gonna go
something's going to
for-
happen.
That's really good. That's going to be like a 12-7 from Liam. Oh, okay, maybe not.
Double
12-8
12-8.
and 12-9. So, both sub-13. You called J-Mill right on the dot there. So, wing cap for J-Mill. We'll probably see Liam make up a bit of time over wing cap just with some more optimal turns. J-Mill kind of goes through it like in a fairly straight line where Liam will go for some better arcs. Like, look at this smooth line here. Very nice. J-Mill also getting all the coins though, which is the most important thing in any of these stars where it is just, can you do it thoroughly, as in with the consistency. So, J-Mill gonna ledge grab the switch. Liam does not get the ledge grab. And you see he's made up just a couple seconds in wing cap. Going into Dark World, where we can definitely see the lead shift.
Yes, we'll have to see how both of them handle this. Even if one just gets a better cycle than another, that can definitely make a pretty significant difference in this race.
Okay, so both hitting the switch. J-Mill did not burn himself for the first time today. And is probably gonna look to convert that into a shift cycle. Same with Liam here. Both them slowing down adequately for the elevators. Pretty much doing the exact same, like. Yep,
Very close movement between them.
plenty of time to run around the pillar, setting up his timing for shift cycle,
Very
and
easy.
doing the same. Good stuff. It's really nice to see this kind of Dark Road out from our runners. You know, very clinical, like just putting on a show here for us today in Game 3.
J-Mill opting for the stairless strat, whereas Liam opting for stairs, both of them entering the fight. Now
This is
remember, in one of the previous races, J-Mill did have to do 2 throws from a slow throw, so we'll see if...
That's right on. Liam barely hit it. That looked like it was going to be a bit short, as you were saying, but we're going to head to CCM. Very close together. Now, like, we can just see, like, will J-Mill be able to hold this small of a lead? Because we've seen, like, it's kind of like the late game where he can try to make some ground over Liam if he makes mistakes, but if he can just try to stay neck and neck, he has a much better chance overall.
Oh yes, it's really just, for J-Mill, if I were in his shoes, I would be going for consistency more than anything. because there hasn't been a race that he's been this close at this point, or really ever. So it's really just about holding on to that lead. Near synced on the star exposition, less than a second
crazy.
apart going into CCM.
You can just see that Liam's doing things like slightly more optimally than JMill. It's cool. Like he went from like a 5-second deficit to like a 1-second deficit, but they've been both just been playing like very solid Mario. So
Literally entering the
no
painting
mistakes so
just
far.
frames apart. Let's see how they both handle the
Synced,
slide.
the star fade out animation could not have been like any more synced between the two of them. This is pretty crazy. Just perfectly tied on the slide, going through. Can they just collect all the coins though? Liam missed one. JMill will be able to miss one here, but Liam has to get all of them. So both of them have enough. It's not a big deal that Liam missed a coin.
Both
JMill
of them exiting simultaneously. JMill with a
didn't have,
slightly
like-
more optimal slide, but a worse exit.
Yeah, exactly. Taking the warp here. Still synced, going up to catch the penguin. Okay, Liam actually saving time just by doing the kick instead of the side flip. That's what puts him in the lead over JMill. It is that close right now, ladies and gentlemen. They are just neck and neck the whole way since Womps through this point in CCM, and we'll see if for this last part of the stage is where we could really see something diverge here. Ooh, JMill not getting those side jump dives that he wants. He went for triple jump wall kick.
Ooh, Liam
have to go
failing
around.
triple wall kick.
Okay, they're still in sync
JMill
now.
getting it. JMill with a slight lead due to triple jump wall kick success, and with the blue
Wow.
coin switch, they are both resynced.
Oh, Liam even with a bit of a smoother transition from the blue coin switch to the bottom puts him back in the lead. It's just going back and forth by milliseconds at this point. Frames dividing these two runners. Going in for wall kicks for work.
And wall kicks work for JMill, and they work for Liam. A bit slower, but
Just a bit more clean for JMillGaming, and he's still in the lead after CCM. They are just not giving any room to breathe.
this is a race we have on our hands, folks. As
I wonder
JMill gets a
just-
single.
It's just an achievement to see how much longer they can stay like this. Where SSL, we might see that change, but BBH is pretty standard. Like I think we could see them still like be super close after the stage as well.
Looks like he's going to get a very clean balcony land,
Yep.
and so does Liam.
I don't know why, like.
Ooh, and
from a
getting
game
that
design
bonk there.
perspective, you'd put like. Oh, Liam does not make the triple jump dive. He just bonks on the fence. He was going to try to clip over it. Okay, yeah, this is like a bit weird. Okay, Liam's fine. Liam losing a bit of time here in BBH. JMill a bit cleaner.
Definitely. It was really. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, JMill just got a bonk. Liam's so close again. And then he gets one too. It's wild.
Yeah. This is sub 10 BBH exit from JMill. They're like not even 10 seconds apart still, so even though Liam made a bit of a slip up, it's not much of an issue at all. SSL is where you could really see something crazy happen. Oh, go ahead though.
JMill definitely cleaning up his tendency to make semi-large mistakes. Just a few little bobbles here and there, but that is enough to give him a convincing lead ahead of Liam as we approach the 11-minute mark.
Yeah. For like at a high level nonstop, like someone like Triforce needs to go too. Like they're definitely gonna go for like a very small time saves, but in a race it really is just about avoiding large mistakes and trying to control the ones that you do make and minimize their impact. So JMill with a clean talon here. He also hit the pillar hitbox, which Liam did not do in the second race. We'll see if Liam can match this from JMill. JMill misses the rollout onto the top of the pillar and lose him a little bit of time.
Kind of getting
Meanwhile, is going pretty smoothly and collecting the Talon Star a little bit behind JMill, getting the pyramid to open. So outside was clean. I was
very
inside.
nice.
Oh no,
Ooh,
JMill
JMill misses the secret.
terrible. It's catastrophic. JMill just gonna have to die. I think. Like, I think you can do a backup to get up here, but like.
Yeah, there is a backup if
very
you're able to
difficult.
side flip on that small rail that you see him standing on right now.
Wall kick. Let's grab. Okay. and-
Barely gets it. And Liam now in the lead with Secrets, just barely ahead of JMill due to that Secrets mistake.
I feel like it's almost faster to die if you do that, because when you respawn, you enter back in the pyramid, but maybe you just don't want to lose a life, because you don't have many to spare, as we saw in last game. So Liam in the lead going into LLL. The lead can switch just like that. JMill not far behind at all by any stretch, just like 5 seconds.
And we'll see how they do as they go into Luncheon Kingdom, as it were.
Good one. We'll see if Liam can have like some better bullies where they've really stuck it to him in both races so far. That might be something that he can look to as just like a personal victory, regardless of whatever else happens in the stage. Liam doesn't really seem to know what like the optimal movement here is. But
Meanwhile, JMill getting very optimal movement, landing on the edge of the bridge, and then just jump diving right into his 8 red coins. Meanwhile, Liam starting his approach to the big bully.
yeah.
JMill taking that burn right there. Ooh, and not slowing down enough to be able to avoid that one there. Big bully dies.
JMill. Okay, Liam's on 2 HP. I'm gonna grab a couple coins for safety. Oh,
And he
nice
gets good
from
bullies
Liam
this time.
Kings. 3 and 1 go. Single jump followed by a ground pound. JMill pretty clean as well, doing what he's done in the last races with some extra kicks, but keeping them all like right under him and successfully disposing with ease. Liam doing the lava boost here. Definitely something he's comfortable with. Well, actually, no. In 123, you don't do lava boost, so it's good to see Liam get it all 3 times, because you can definitely see him fail that. JMill gets his lava boost as well. Nice and clean, long jump. I think it's really impressive that neither of them have missed it. That looks okay.
Ooh, falling all the way to the bottom. He's
Dude.
gonna have to ride the Ellies back up.
How did he
Barely
survive?
avoiding the lava,
I can't believe
barely.
that. I thought
was-
JMill was gonna make it too. I spoke too soon though. JMill would just so barely not far enough along. Yeah, taking it all the way up the pole so
Goes
that
ahead
he...
and does a jump dive for that speed. That's gonna cost him.
Hold on. JMill's probably just gonna drown in DDD if he doesn't get some coins. Like, he has 1 HP. He needs coins or he's gonna drown. What's he gonna do?
If I were
I
him,
think-
I would maybe stay at the surface for a little bit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
That
you
is
just
recovery.
surface real quick and get your HP.
I get 1 or 2 wedges so that I could go ahead and make it to the coin rings.
I mean, your health fills up pretty fast. Yep, JMill doing just that. So good call. Back in the green.
Definitely glad he remembered to do that and noticed that issue. That really would not have been a death you'd want to take.
Yeah. So
Up
Liam
on
in
the
the
surface
meantime,
again.
good front
Liam
sub.
with just a little bit angled, but still pulled it off nicely. JMill going on a careful approach for the rings in the jet stream.
So you're gonna have to swim down a bit more. Where Liam, he's just so much experience. He knows exactly like where to intersect to the rings as they surface. To
Ooh, and
Oh,
he
no,
misses
but he
the star
misses.
for the second time.
yeah, this is definitely very difficult. Like JMill does 120, but like
And
this star is not
again.
easy. It's such a struggle, especially if you don't like get a good angle on it the first time. It's 3rd time's a charm for JMillGaming, but at just such a big error. Okay,
Liam missing his
Okay,
oh,
that's gonna kill early
a
cycle
mess
as
of a
well.
fire
We could even see JMill get an early cycle. If he did, he'd be making some significant time over LiamKings in this part. Jetstream though, just not cooperating with JMill today.
Exactly, but he is entering his fire scene now, so we'll see exactly what he's able to pull off. Liam grabbing this one up since he knows he's gonna have to wait anyway, and he does not want a repeat of the last race's ending.
Yeah,
Now JMill with a hot start. Let's see how he handles the pole and those 2 red coins, one of which did give him some trouble in round 1.
okay,
Gets a
so
coin, both of the
Liam with the
coins.
good normal cycle ending. Okay, let's see what JMill's got here.
JMill definitely in a position to pull off early cycle if he manages.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it
glad,
looks
I'm
like
glad
it
he
is
didn't
going
go
to be
for a
early
lava
cycle.
boost. If he had like a perfect side flip, he could have gotten it, but it is just quite a risk at that point. because he had to like turn on the pole as he climbed, which wastes a bit of time. And you don't have any to spare when going for lava.
Ooh, getting the shock burn combo. That is so rough. Getting shocked right in front of
It
that.
in a Pokemon battle right now or something. Like, where else would you get amped and burned? Who knows? Okay, with the side flip ending, okay. Like, you could, like, it's not likely, but you could fall off of that, so just want to make sure he's okay. JMill doesn't have the lead like he used to, but it's still, not that significant for LiamKings. Just
And
like
if
one big
LiamKings-
mistake, could put JMill back in the lead.
And if LiamKings has an effort like his previous two upstairs, he's going to be giving up some inches. So let's see if JMill is able to really capitalize on that. As Liam is entering Wet Dry World, taking the teleport.
Yeah, obviously we're thinking of TTM in the first race, but his second race was pretty clean. Like, he avoided a lot of the pitfalls that he fell into the first go around. So we'll see if he can ride that train and continue to... Oh, he missed a secret. But we'll see if he can put up another good train. Oh yeah, he got like flipped by those guys.
Gets a fairly clean...
That's what
top
happened in
on
this
there.
race. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. It wasn't a huge time loss for him, but definitely one of the more significant ones. And just generally, there were a few little sloppy things, just a few seconds dropped here and there. And that definitely, if JMill is able to capitalize on that this time around, it's definitely going to spell victory for him.
Yeah, LiamKings is going to brush the fence here. Oh, but it's too slow. Or not enough
Gonna miss the
distance there. LiamKings,
Gonna miss the elevator.
twice in this one race, he's been ruined by little fences and not letting him get the height he needs. Okay,
A little
now
bit
he's gonna have to
closer.
make... Okay, Liam did not know, but you can just long jump from that platform with the star to this little... He fell off again! This is terrible for Liam. Catastrophic even, where JMill has a chance to regain the lead here. Liam has to go all the way up, hit the switch, come all the way back down, and then take the elevator, but this is like his 5th go at it. It's really not going well for him at this point, and
Finally
JMill
gets
Gaming
back onto the floating
has
robot.
done
By this
all the
point,
secrets.
JMill has activated the elevator. He's going...
What is that camera?
This is the fence as well! He thought that it would... Going for the elevator instead, I think that's definitely a smart move. Gonna save him some time over LiamKings, and actually making it out of the elevator in time.
I don't
Very
believe
clean
what I'm
execution.
seeing. JMill's fallen out of the elevator.
Ooh, just barely not getting the wall kick there.
Wait. Oh wait, I'm stupid. My bad. I'm an idiot. I thought JMill already got the secret star. He went for the elevators first, so he got the star, then he fell down. Then he went and got the secret star. I'm stupid.
Exactly.
Please. Okay.
See, I thought that was a scream of excitement because that was close.
Yeah, he barely got out in time. He was... I mean, if you're logged in, like, you just have to exit course at that point, and then you lose all the progress from collecting those secrets, too, if you want to go back and get it. Like, you have to get some other star. Like,
Exactly right. And
that
you
would have
definitely...
probably put a nail in JMill's coffin for this race, but it's very much alive, so...
Definitely. He's doing very, very pristine movement on these secrets so far. Liam entering the plucking of the piranha plants. JMill not getting the teleport this time.
No, he did not.
Meanwhile, JMill starting his piranhas as Liam is collecting the star to finish his.
Probably not even 15 seconds apart.
Oh, not even that at all.
I was gonna say, after you get the secret star, you can long jump from that kind of like wooden walkway over to the like curved ramp. This name just
Right,
didn't know about it.
I was really confused as to why he didn't do that. I remember doing that casually.
But like, yeah, just the fact that he then missed like the triple jump like 3 different times after that was just made it really unfortunate to watch. Like, you know, he could have just done that and saved himself all that pain.
Liam
And
in the Cavern Reds.
Can he go 3 for 3? Definitely playing it safe around the
Looks like
7
he
coin.
can.
But
JMill going in for his Cavern Reds. Let's see what approach he takes.
going for the same strat. Long jump ball kick is successful. No death for JMill here. Oh! That was really nerve-wracking because he just long jumped at such a weird angle that he probably wasn't even going to land on the platform. that you wanted to get the 8th red. So instead he pulled back and actually landed on one of the like the smaller ones. So good stuff from JMill, like doing what he needs to do to keep himself alive, even if only just.
Well, let's see if Liam can get a good TTM this time around. He's 1-1 on TTMs, so going for the log wall kick. Oh, duh. 1-2-1 is what I meant, I guess. But yeah, 1 for 2 on.
Liam
Ooh,
gets
and
a
missing the
first
star.
That's okay. All that was he got a firstie instead of like any other frame wall kick that you would want in that scenario. Because the firstie just gave him too much speed and he wasn't able to get that ledge grab.
In case anyone is
Bad
not
luck.
aware, you have 4 potential frames to do a wall kick.
5.
Oh, 5 total. Okay.
Don't let Gothic catch you saying that or he'll have an aneurysm.
The very first frame will give you more height and distance than all of the other frames, which is what happened to Liam here. You're wanting to get a lower frame because by tilting the control stick in the direction that you just wall kicked from, you're able to move Mario back enough to land on that platform. But because Liam got a firstie, it just was not happening.
Exactly.
So both of them on reds. J-Mill just falling apart on reds. Had a temporary lead over Liam, but
Listening a lot of oohs from the co-commentator here. It's like some Roblox steps, you know, JMill just every mistake is just an oof.
lots of
And he's
oops
going
up
to
here.
finish out the stage though, very close to Liam.
Yes, both just less than 5 seconds apart here. Liam getting up as soon as J-Mill lays on the ground.
Also, I want to mention that actually getting that extra life in Fire Sea was a good idea because having 4 lives instead of 3 gives him a lot more room to breathe for the rest of this run. Because he's gonna have to die twice, one in PTC and one in Rainbow Ride. So just making sure that like he will not be in danger of game overing
Ooh,
without
and
unintended
J-Mill
deaths.
falling off the snowman's head while Liam manages to get on.
Another oof from JMill.
And he
Liam,
just cannot get that dive into.
yeah,
Okay,
I
there
think
we go.
Liam's just not very practiced at that kind of ending. Ooh, nice strat from JMill. That looked very that was gonna be really fancy if it worked out. Like he slid off like the very steep slope to land on the normal one to get a quick jump off, but his angle was just like very slightly too wide there to make it impossible for him to land where he wanted to be. LiamKings in the meantime is gonna hit that bully. Took him a while, but not much of an issue here. JMill on the shell, pretty close race as we've seen, but it's never really been that far apart at any point here. It's definitely a game 3 showdown.
Yes, this is really shaping up to be a race as they're going into the final handful of the stages and
Liam
just
misses
mere
it.
seconds apart.
We missed a triple jump dive into the deep freeze.
Let's see if J-Mill is able to get it. It's definitely a very inconsistent start. And he's able to get the dive!
Yeah, just coming out of the side kick, it just seems like kind of variable, like what kind of speed you'll get from the side kick, or like just kind of what kind of frames you need to jump with. Okay, but Liam going down to get the second MIPS. Good stuff. Second MIPS a little bit faster than the first one on English version. Japanese, they're the same. JMill, that looked like he
That
could
looked-
have missed it, but
Yeah, that
he
was
did just kind of
just-
like a baseball player, you know, he just kind of reached out and caught that MIPS as he was trying to run away, so saving the day. And
He
talking to
just
Toad.
hit that right corner of that hitbox, looked like. It's a good Toad talk. Sometimes players can lose just a couple seconds by punching Toad.
We'll see how Liam will do here. In the second race, he got hit by some boulders. Just one was just RNG though, it just came all the way on the left side. JMill opting for the triple jump approach, get amazing emergency exit. They're pretty similar in like the actual time it takes, so nothing, it's not really faster. JMill going to enter the same room that Liam's in right now. Side flip wall kick to get the star in the middle of the cavern. We'll see if Liam can maybe hit the switch. No, maybe he just like does it specifically to set him up to do the backup where he's not even like worried about hitting the switch. JMill diving again too early. Just getting kind of confused with the depth perception of that kind of camera angle.
It's definitely hard. Liam going into Tippy while J-Mill about to follow him.
Wow. The lead is 7 seconds.
That's just unreal. After the first two races with a pretty big difference between them, this is definitely anybody's game. As both of them go into reset ride, we're definitely going to want to pay close attention to both of these guys here. There's just so much room for error. It's such a dangerous stage.
Even like JMill's better castle movement can end up playing a factor in who ultimately wins this race. It is that close right now. Game 3 of the semifinals in the Nonstop 70 GSA tournament. It's right here, right now. LiamKings with the solid reds. JMill hoping to copy the same level of precision here. That dive is pretty precise, but he gets that just fine. Clean reds from JMillGaming and LiamKings. Definitely looking to put their best foot forward in the last section of this game.
Amen to that. Now, Liam opening the cannon, JMill just behind. Literally, Liam getting the last text box from the bomb as JMill gets the first, and then he ends up missing that wall kick. Looked like he was just slightly too far to the left to get that clip outside.
If you like bonk and fall down, you have to like hurry up and do it back up quickly because that platform lowers a really long way where you won't actually be able to get back up, but you'd actually have to drop down and do all like the 6 wall kick part again. So JMill having to do kind of backup movement for cruiser. Side flip instead. I think he's done like a different like movement. Oh, JMill, please! No, side flip! He's ledge grabbed! And he's in the cannon! He's barely survived so many points in this race. It looked like JMill would just be dead or he couldn't continue, but every time he's managed to just barely hold it together. And once again on the cruiser, just where he's lost so many runs in the past, he's able to just barely hang on for dear life here in Rainbow Ride.
Somebody please get the defib unit. We really need it here. That was 3 heart-stopping, just almost near deaths right there. Ledge grab, fall off. Ledge grab, fall. Just, man, JMill somehow able to keep a cool head. I don't know how he did that.
If you're really insane, if you're in that position where you have to wait for the whole cycle, you can do a triple jump dive and roll out over like the top of like the pendulum, like that yellow thing, and make it all the way there. I would never expect anyone to do that. I'm just saying, if you want to have some fun and try that, then go ahead and lose all your runs. Alright,
So it's
LiamKings
down.
and TikTok clock. Let's focus on the action here.
Liam in the
Do or
driver's
die.
seat, but JMill undoing that seatbelt and getting ready to push him out. And death at the beginning of TTC. At least it's not towards the end. He's able to do the same routing as he wanted to do before. It's really going to take Liam making some substantial mistake in TTC, but it is not out of the question.
Alright, it's a moment of truth here. Can he just... Okay, he's made it in without doing that deadly ledge grab. Okay, that's over for LiamKings. The error that pretty much, I would say, cost him the game, that put him on 0 lives, he's held it together.
And it's definitely worth noting, JMill at 1 life, so if he takes the standard death route, he will be in the same position as Liam last race.
For sure. I think, I don't know if he knows how far behind he is, but if he does, then you probably just want to go all out anyway, because Liam's probably not going to waste too much time in bits. Liam already done with TTC though. JMill only needs reds. He could actually save some time over Liam's reds if you saw like he kind of got stuck a little bit. JMill missing
Ooh,
the triple
not able
jump
to
would
get
have been nice. Liam entering bits. He's still on like 31 pace, just barely, but it is possible. Like with the perfect bits, he could get a 31.
He's probably going to be playing this jump safe. Triple jump dives anyway, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just what he would normally do. And he's got 3 lives in the bank anyways.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. And he's far enough ahead. Ooh, getting a slowdown there.
So Jame was on 0. We'll see if he can just not give us deja vu here. Liam with second try left side triple jump wall kick on low 32 pace going into bits. Oh, but he falls down. That's the same thing that happened in race number 1. Now JMill is really close behind. He's gonna
Grabbing
get the
that one
one
up
though.
for safety. Very good idea there.
Yeah, I think depending, like if you know where Liam is, but like he can't know that Liam just fell because it just happened. So
Right. Ooh, he's
Whatever
actually
the ball-
ahead of Liam.
yes, he's ahead of Liam Kings in bits. Game 3.
Okay, we
J-Mill's
really
going
have
for like the
ourselves-
safe strat. Liam King is probably going to attempt another triple jump wall kick here. Moving left, he gets that, so he's put himself
Liam
back into the lead against J-Mill
barely-
Gaming.
Both of them just fighting each other tooth and nail for that driver's seat as they both
Oh
move into the
wow,
pipe
J-Mill
near
takes the lead again with
simultaneously.
better cycle movement. It's literally just 1 second errors that put one over the other into the pipe. It all comes
They
down
are
to throws.
2 seconds apart entering the pipe. Let's see how they handle these throws. J-Mill going to get the first grab and first throw. Let's see how he decides to handle this. If he's going to be, and he makes a
So
very
right on the
clean
money
cut
for
first
both
throw.
of them. He misses the grab. Liam gets it. Like at this point, this could decide the whole tournament. Liam, second throw is good. J-Mill
Second
hits the
ball on
one.
both. It all comes down to this
Here
last
we
throw
go.
for
Liam
both.
Kings hit
Liam with the
third
third
go. Let's go.
The upset king,
Oh my God.
Liam, going into the finals. He raced against the first seed
That's
lunar jump.
actually happened. That just happened. Diving into Bowser is what cost J-Mill the final seconds that he needed to defeat Liam Kings. But despite Liam's many spills and bits, he was able to hold it together just enough, just like with Saxdale. Just, I don't understand.
Liam just able to clinch that W with his raw, bleeding hands, just holding on to it for dear life. Liam, the surprise dark horse of this tournament, beating out the #1 seed in his first round. This is unbelievable. He will be going into the finals against the winner of Toast Rider versus Triforce TK. Man, Badronis, I am not believing what I'm seeing here.
That was an unbelievable finish. Liam had many opportunities and bits where he just lost time, where J-Mill never should have been that close to winning the game, but he still went into the pipe before Liam Kings, and it just came down to not even him missing the throws, actually just the efficiency of the throws that they all hit. They both went 3 for 3, but Liam just barely won it out over J-Mill. You can't say he didn't deserve it, because he just got screwed over in game 2, but he was able to redeem himself in game 3 and get the W.
So we have the king himself in the Discord call now. Liam, how fast are you breathing right now? What is going through your head?
I mean, like, obviously I had no idea how close it was, but I kind of figured it was relatively close. And then I saw Cheese, like, typing in the group chat, so I figured, like, it must be, like, pretty close. And then
I think Cheese kind of gave it away. He was putting his like Monka SC mode.
yeah, that was, I think, the first race I got like perfect throws and I actually needed it, so that's nice.
I just want to say, I don't know if you could hear our commentary, but you actually entered the pipe like 2 seconds behind J-Mill, and he missed a regrab on Bowser's tail, and that actually changed the lead. It was that close.
Yeah.
He got
Y'all
3 for
were
3 throws
synced.
too.
Y'all were synced entering Cool Mountain. Literally exact same frame. It was insane.
How did you feel about your bits though? Because obviously like game 2 was just a hard break, but did you feel nervous the third time around? Is that kind of why you had to slip up?
I was only worried about the triple jump dive in the beginning. I don't know what happened with triple jump wall kick. Like, I have never done it like not moving, so I'm like, I have no idea how to do it, so that's why I fell the second time.
That makes sense.
I wasn't like super nervous in bits though. I was probably like more shaken up in the beginning of game 3 just because I was extremely tilted, and I think I lost like 30 seconds in bomb clip and womps.
Yeah, definitely a rough first Womps Fortress for you, but you managed to clench that win in the end of just a breakneck race. I mean, I can't even count how many times the lead changed between you two. It was ridiculous.
It really was. I also see we still have J-Mill in the call. You want to say hi?
Hello.
How
J-Mill,
did you feel? I know lots going through your head right now. You
No.
feel happy with how you played, or
No,
no?
it's fine though. I'm just glad we put on good races and not some boring blowout like everybody else has been doing.
Amen to that. And what a race it was. Entering the pipe 2 seconds before Liam. Man, what was going through your head when that... Did you realize that that missed regrab may cost you the race?
No, I realized that going for another life may cost me the race. Losing 3 years to every other split in the run would cost me the race. I knew the race was over in Womps. Realistically, I did, because I knew I wouldn't start picking back up that race.
Well, you actually went synchronized with Liam into Cool Mountain in this last game, and I mean it was neck and neck the entire time. Like it all the way up until Liam fell in Bowser in the Sky. It was definitely very. It was wild, and especially when y'all were entering the pipe, we had no idea what the outcome was going to be. It was anyone's game, truly, and so, like, definitely just to both of our racers, Liam and JMill, just thank you so much for your amazing performance in this race.
Couldn't agree more. Now,
Yeah, I
Liam,
just wanted
we'll
to
be-
on it though.
It's good to hear, JMill. Condolences, commiserations. Are you happy with making the semis at least? You can kind of put that on your resume.
I mean, I'm getting paid, so
True.
that's the only way to look at that. I mean, I wasn't even expecting to make it past like anybody. So
Are you kind of glad you got to
Much
play
about
Liam instead of
playing my
Lunar?
game.
You said you have a kind of a mental block against.
well,
Do you want to race Lunar?
I would have loved to race Lunar because that's my dude. Shout out to Lunar. But Liam's my boy as well, and I love me some Liam, so it's just as good.
So Liam, how do you think, or who do you think you'll be playing in the finals? Any prediction for later?
TK. That's really tough because like Toast is one of the best SM64 players, but Triforce TK is just like absolutely insane at Nonstop. So I think just because Triforce has been running it a lot, I think he'll probably take it. And then if I have to face him, I'm probably gonna get completely rolled, to be honest. But we'll see. I'll try to practice in the meantime and hopefully can get consistency. I don't know, a little bit better than what I've been doing recently.
All right. Well, good luck. I think that's about it from us. And what a race! I hope you guys enjoyed it, all the viewers. And I know this was a blast to commentate. Thank you to my co-commentator. He's new, but give him some love. He's been trying hard. And,
Definitely stick around for the next race. I'm in that as well, so I'm about to get like my mind blown. So
Do you
That's
go
a good
by
one.
electric or like 3 electric?
Electric.
Okay. So
3
electric will also be commentating with JMill, or commentating JMill versus Punkay, right? In Triple Bingo.
yeah,
Yes, indeedy. That should be a fun race as well. I'm not sure anything else could really compare to the race that you two had just now, but we'll try.
yeah, it was a good
Well-
race. Much love to Liam.
Yeah, you
Liam
too, man.
gonna pop off in the finals. I'm ready for it.
I can't wait. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to GSA and everyone who helped make this possible.
And GG.
And cheese for restreaming.
I love you, Cheese.
Love you, babe.